felt this way before. It must be you and I. It's got me thinking about us more. It's these bright lights that put me in a daze, and I can't stop but think about the way that you move around up and down on that stage. It's your future vibes.
Welcome everybody, round number 7 here in Austria for Tier 1. We are back on a Sunday for a doubleheader for Tier 3 and Tier 1. But first we start with Tier 1. Milo Gaming joins me in the commentary booth. Milo, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Same qualifying as Tier 2, so of course I'm well.
God.
They deserve some of the wet weather action.
They really do. We've not had it in so long. It's been Singapore, but I mean, now dynamic weather, people, thinking about what could happen with the weather, could things change again? Who knows? I don't even know myself what could happen with the weather, but commentary lineup you see right there, me and Milo, we'll be switching to the Tier 3 stuff right after Tier 3, after a delay from Xbox Live server issues, 3:30 Eastern, 8:30 UK. Approximately 3 the race will be for that. So, just like another Tier 2 session, and just like the Tier 2 race yesterday, wet weather at some point, wet kind of quali, wet kind of, not even wet race, but wet race yesterday in Tier 2. How was that all to describe, Milo? How do you describe yesterday with the wet weather?
Well, very similar to Hungary, in fact. It was the second race in a row we got the monsoon type conditions, which triggers the safety car. We know there's none of that today. But it's pretty much an identical qualifying, same time in the session. We now have DRS enabled and slick tyres being the quicker option. So you have to get on track basically the last to have the most grip, essentially. It's how these qualifying sessions work. So it's all about that today.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I find with this whole session in general from what we've seen yesterday was the fact we had 10 to 11 different pole sitters at one point. We had so many different things go on. We had so many guys straight to pole. So far in the session, Milo, we had 3 different pole sitters. Milo, Jack, and someone else, I forget who it was. But still, we had so much change, so much go on in Tier 2 yesterday in this qualifying session. Yesterday's Tier 2 race. Back and forth, we had conditions change, but today we get a dry race, a full dry race. Last season, we saw many different things go on with the race. We saw raves from restart, from no crashes, no nothing, just mistakes and just general. He, in 2 sectors, gone from 16th to 11th. And yeah, there you go, GSRX on the top of the board. And so much goes on in these races, so much you gotta think about. But yesterday in Tier 2, the conditions were just right. It gone from wet to monsoon with fog to light rain to dry conditions. How much that changed was insane. We saw in your league, Milo, I gotta say, from what we saw in your league at LDRL, the partner league, we had seen a lot change with the conditions. Rundle, who's making his first start today, he stayed out on 16 lap old tires on mediums, won the whole race, didn't pit, had a 6-second lead. and he got into the inners final lap and almost won the race on track. If we see that again today by some chance, or even in general in the Tier 3 race by chance, I don't even know what to say. That would be incredible. That would be incredible if that actually happens.
Well, yeah, it would mean we'd have the third wet-affected race of the weekend, as Alabama Outlaw nearly knocks 2 seconds off Rundle's provisional pole time. The lap times are about to tumble down quickly, so just let's keep an eye out on that.
6 different pole sitters,
but
now
yeah.
7.
Oh, there you go.
His driver from Tier 2, the winner from yesterday, beats him as well. Let's go over the point standings quickly because this qualifying session is going to get good. So let's try to do all we can talk about this now. So, driver standings. Boker has a big lead, a 51-point lead, which is about 2 races in a fastest lap point, as we see right below the pole 7, different pole sitter today. But yeah, Boker, there you go. So, thing is, 51 points is the gap. John Jones far behind, almost 100 points behind, 75 points behind. He isn't here today. Sam Steed as well, a very shocking run from down in like 8th, 9th in the points last season. Make sure you invite Jack back to the session. I think he just left.
Yep.
Regardless, what we yeah, he just got back online. Regardless, with all we've seen so far, point standings, everything else, how do you describe it?
Sorry, I'm just trying to invite Jack back simultaneously. Yeah, a few shocks throughout the field. We haven't seen the likes of Rizone be as consistent as he could be. We know he's an incredibly quick driver and basically got his win taken away with some cruel safety cars towards the end of the Grand Prix last week. So, see him down in 6th is quite a surprise. F1 driver with his race ban is now could easily be overtaken by Atlantis, Axe, Jack, maybe even Polo God today with a good result. So that's just how quickly things can change with a mistake such as that. As we see Polo God going to the top now, this is quite a surprising order, isn't it?
Yeah, Graham was up there as well. This is like the 8th or 9th in Polster.
Tax to the front row.
Yeah. Mercedes pretty low in the constructors, 9th in standings, but Renault have a big lead as well, almost a full race. Well, I think it's actually a full race. Ferrari behind Toro, so nice 69 points. But not to mention some lows at this point in the season as well from people. Jarv, he scored his first point last race. But the thing is, there's guys who you expect to be better. DW at the back. Maybe Polo, but he had a chance at a podium last race in Hungary. Tax down from 3rd in the standings last season, down to 12th. Axe is sitting in 9th with racing point ahead of his teammate Jack, who came in Australia. Atlantis has scored 13 consecutive points finishes. If he gets 14 today, he beats Riles with all-time consecutive points finishes. He has the most ongoing. You know, there's a lot there you can talk about. Want to mention in the championship, Sam Steed sitting P4. With the way it's going for him, he could steal possibly P3 in points from John Jun, considering he's not even here today. Attendance has probably been a little bit of an issue, but still, he could steal a good position from him in the point standings. We can see a lot of things go down. Ryle is sitting P7, and I believe that's the Red Bull now, the Axe at the top. So, there's a lot, really, to talk about in these standings, because Felipe, he's now left the league. Rizone could probably be better in the standings. He's had 3 DNFs, but he's still ahead of his teammate. There's a lot to talk about. But biggest surprise in the constructor standings before we start talking about quality again.
Well, Racing Point have really stepped up their game lately. They've got quite a consistent lineup now in Axe and Jack. So they've got themselves off the bottom, and the Racing Pointless jokes are sort of coming to an end as they're right on the back of McLaren and Alfa Romeo now. So with Axe on provisional pole for now as well. For them, they could easily jump up to maximum 6th place today if McLaren and Alfa Romeo have a poor result. So yeah, bit of a surprise from Racing Point, to be honest. Finally stepping up their game. Toro Rosso as well with that consistent Atlantis in the car. He's been a crucial help to the points Rizone has got from his quick races. Ooh,
For Marshall in his first start.
3 now.
Oh,
Wow.
in his first start. That's the 9th different points that are now in the session. So we're getting good. Yeah, let's go. I gotta say though, a big surprise to me, really. Yeah, Racing Point again, like you mentioned, acts in these changeable conditions. We could see something like that. We could see him. He's never started inside the top 2 on the front row. He started, I believe, 3rd or 4th at least at one point. So we can see him steal a good position in this pole time. So yeah, constructor standings, driver standings. That's all really it. 26 seconds left in the session we have for what we show right now.
Foker up to the line.
Let's see what he does. To the top. 6 tenths. Oh my god. Yeah, but he's not going to be the last person to run. Let's keep that in mind. Boker's not the last person to run, so track changes a ton. Let's keep that in mind as we have 8 seconds to go in the session on our stuff. Outlap. Still there for some people. Tax. Doing a lap now. Rundle to 2nd. The track is changing. And now Sam Seed to 4th.
Sam up to 4th.
Rapalukas to 2nd.
Oh.
And a Red Bull to the line as well. Riles, the Gautier goes 9th. A Haas, Corey Marshall starting his lap. McLaren to the line as well. Starting his lap. Williams to the line. There is DW down his 13th, starting his lap. And Alfa Romeo to the line. That is GSR Pluto starting his lap as well. Racing Point of Jack goes to 2nd. To the front row right now.
Whoa.
He's the first one to complete the checker flag, but who else is coming to the line as well? Rizone!
Oh,
to the top!
no.
Ricochet also completes his
Taxi
lap
6 tenths up.
Oh my goodness. Jack to 2nd or 3rd. And now a McLaren to the line. Is that Bama? That is 9th. His best starting of the season. Mercedes. Tax 5th.
Tax to 5th.
And where does the Renault go of JSC Graham? 7 points this season. 4th. Ricochet. And Sam complete the checker flag. There's a Williams to the line. Rapalukas, I believe he completed the checker flag already.
Up.
We have a Haas coming to the line, I believe, as well. Corey Marshall goes to 6th. And a McLaren coming to the line as well. That is Danny Skedit in his first full-time ride, 10th. And Polo to 5th. Where does DW go? Is that DW to 5th? Yes, it is. GSR Pluto 9th. In his second tier.
Jav, he'll be last. Ah, and only makes it to 19th.
Yeah,
Ricochet will be
17th.
last.
We'll find out. 13th.
13th.
So Rizone, a pole position again. How about that? That's a great qualifying session for sure. Not the best we've seen, but we had 10, 11 different pole sitters in this session. At least at this point. I mean, I don't care what you say. 10, 11 different pole sitters in this session. It's insane. 13 1,000s for the pole position. We've seen this before back in Season 1, how close that pole is. But look how close the whole field is in general. Might bring us down for the lineup.
Well, it's Rizal he's by 13 1,000ths of a second, 104.1 their lap times. Jack puts his Racing Point into 3rd place, exactly what they need if they want to keep progressing up the championship. Jesse Graham in 4th, not too far off the pole time either, as with DW in 5th. Polo got in 6th. Rapalukas in 7th, the 2nd Williams, and 2nd place in the championship. And Corey Marshall finishes 8th, with GSR Pluto a 3-time Tier 2 winner this season in 9th. Atlantis, he's on for his 14th points finish if he can convert that P10. So there are your top 10. Thanks to the stream there for delaying a little bit so I could see the rest of those. But we're about to get underway for a dry race in Austria.
Yeah, it goes cloudy, partly cloudy, and then it goes to sunny at the end of the race. So how are we going to see things go with the track of evolution? Anyways, Rizone is the 20th different pole sitter, and this is his first pole position in ARL. Can he convert this pole position into his first race win? We saw last week. He had the chance to do so. So, Milo, was it me or was it you last week who did the ones to watch first? Just so we can
I think I did it first, so I'll let you, whatever happened, I'll let you do it first.
Alrighty, cool. So we'll find out.
No job.
Just a little while to the grid. We're just waiting on ABS Jarv, like you said. It doesn't show the ready up thing, or does the time. Don't know why. Broken lob. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Jack has left the session. Jack has got back online. It's not going to put his car in though.
My game just
it says
died.
Game's died. Yeah.
Parked in a dangerous location. Well, brilliant.
Doesn't show Jack in the session. He was sitting third. It's not going to show him in the session. So, it's a bummer to him. I don't know if we would have...
Message from Jack.
His car's not going to be in the
3
session.
times.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go over my ones to watch. Rizone in the pole position. Last week, he converted a good start, front row start, to his first race win. Or on track, at least. But he got that stolen away with some safety cars. He got it stolen away with some penalties he got. Goes in the grass. Yeah, so can Rizone convert this into a race win? He got the race win on track last week, but the thing is, it's way different now. Mr. Boker, down to P2. Championship leader, 51 points ahead. How much is things going to change with him? And I've also got to go with Polo, the other Alfa Romeo driver of... F1 driver was under race ban after last week, but Polo was in contention for podium last week. P3 he was contending for. P2, P3 podium. That was stolen away from him. He bottled it. He made a mistake, gone into Boker, spun out in the chicane. Is this redemption day for Polo? Last season, his cousin Aaron Ocon made his first start, and he had a decent race, but then crashed later on. Polo put a lot of sweat laps into this race. Does he convert this into a podium again? He's starting 5th after Jack's little thing. So, you go.
I gotta be quick with this. Graham, he lines up his Renault in 3rd place. He's going to be slipstreaming from Boca into turn 1, so this could be his opportunity to capitalise into a strong podium position, maybe even 2nd place off the start. You never know. Lucas, he starts 6th after Jack. He has a large deficit to make up in the championship. Whether he'll reduce it or not today is going to be very good compact drive. And GSR Pluto won yesterday in Tier 2. Very good pace around here. Very consistent as well, I know he is. So, yeah, they're my 3. Had to be quick with that one.
Not starting.
And
it's broken! It's broken! Oh my god.
Well, brilliant.
The green flag's waving. Should we restart the lobby? I mean, Milo, you're tier 1 head admin, what do you think? I mean, I don't know.
I don't think this is getting started anytime soon, so...
No.
And with Jack and Jarv dead as well, basically, so... I think there's only one option here, isn't there?
Yeah, you could agree on that. You can go to updates and say that now.
Yeah.
I think we could restart the lobby. We got the qualifying results anyway. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. 18 viewers, guys! In at the wrong moment. It gone from 13 to 18 very quickly, but besides the fact of that, let's go over some stuff from last season's race quickly. 2 safety cars, few incidents, Rapalucas a quali ban to a podium. Oh yeah, you create the lobby, that's right, I forgot, I'm dumb.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got to do the grid. Oh, brilliant.
I've got the grid on my profile, so you should be able to find that.
I will go on.
I'm able to read my game as well.
TV.
Stream pause. I load the game back in and it just wants to crash. That's awesome. Honestly.
Right. I will try and get this as soon as possible, so just bear with me, viewers, bear with me, drivers. It does take a while to do custom grids. It does need a thorough check through. But yeah, this is through no fault of our own. Codemaster's letting us down yet again.
That's true.
I am on the job right now.
That is true.
I'll invite you, then you can invite drivers while I change the settings.
Oh yeah. Fair enough.
And I'll do the same weather as well.
Yep, it was cloudy to mostly cloudy to sunny, so just keep that in mind. And obviously custom grid order where the order went in here.
Hang on, turn the fan.
Wow, Jesus Christ. Who is online? Okay. Axe. People are unlocked. So to make it easier, unlock if you haven't already. I know people are hearing me in the stream, but hopefully you can. Okay. Come on, CN game. There we go. Okay. Yes, I know it's a laggy mic, but just bear with us, guys. Milo should be getting the starting grid right now. You see how much people are joining the lobby right now.
Oh my days! Right, okay, I'll get on it now.
You only want to wait at least another 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'll put.
Yeah, if you're ready though, unready because Milo still has to get the starting grid. That's just don't ready up. That's just gonna cause issues. But yeah.
Okay. Second. Jack's not in yet, so I'll put. Graham's not in yet. All right, I'll wait a bit longer.
Yep.
Graham's in.
15 drivers in here. Yep, there we go. So just waiting on a few other people. Atlantis has joined, I believe. Just need Jarv, Rundle, Jack
as well, I think.
Polo, and DW.
Right.
Please be patient with us, guys. Just please bear with us. It's just the issue we've had before.
Corey Marshall.
Make sure you have formation lap on though, just so yeah.
Yeah, I've done it.
We don't have to go with our wants to watch, I guess. I don't know if you guys, if you want to again, or change our wants to watch. I don't know what you want to do, but yeah. There is some guys in here.
Polo's in. He is.
Oh no. Why are you guys saying petition to turn off formation lap? How about petition to get the guys who are ready to unready? Because it's just if you have people ready, it's gonna cause people to ready up, and then you have the problem with Milo setting up the starting grid. So there you go.
Jack's not in
it's
yet.
all on my profile. Yup. Need to get him, and need to get DW.
Ricochet. Double. My word. Okay. Sure.
Jack has just got back online. This game, I agree with what you said. This game is, yeah.
Yeah, sod this game. Yeah. Is Sam in? Yes, he is. He is just behind Rundle. Then Axe. Alabama Outlaw. Gouty. Jarv. And I'll move Dylan up. DW was 4th, I think. 2 different screenshots. No, he was 5th. But wait on Jack.
Jack just needs an invite just to him, and Jarv needs to get into a car. Make sure you change perk from it on off so people unready, because they're not supposed to be ready.
Yep.
Jack is in. All 20 drivers are in. They just need to get in their cars. Jarv needs to get in the car.
Let's double it. Boker, Jack, Graham, DW, Polo God, Rapper Lucas, Corey Marshall, GSR Pluto. It's just better if I speak this out loud, sorry. Atlantis,
It's alright.
Tax, Danny, Ricochet. Rundle needs to be there. I think someone.
F1 driver, where am I on the grid? The game is on its last legs, as he said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
then after Rundle,
starting grid.
Sam, Axe, Bamav. Gautier. Gautier, Jarv, Riles. I think that's okay.
Okay, make sure.
Double check the settings for me. I have
Formation
no
lap, yep. I'm gonna see assists. Assists are all good. Yeah, I think everything should be good. We think we're good to ready up, Milo?
Just double checking the weather. Official start time. Sorry, I didn't put that on. This seems okay.
And make sure you start on the same tires as well that you started on.
Yes. Oh, you're putting that in. That's fine.
Alright, we're all good? I just said it ready up anyway. Yeah, I know it does, because the name is too long.
No, my Discord's lagging. Brilliant.
People can ready up. I don't know why people aren't readying up. I said people could ready up. Point information lap.
Heat your tires again.
There you go. And plus, it gives us a little break anyways as commentators after qualifying that we need, because we don't want to just start the race and be like, oh, well, we're off and away we go, because we don't, I mean, I've had the issue where I didn't even know Formation Lap was off in a league, and I've kind of missed the start, honestly. I mean, at least I know what is off in this league, but still, I mean, it just doesn't work like that. So, that means anyone outside the top 10 can start on the same tires they did, but top 10 needs to start on the softs. Ryle started on medium, so anyone outside the top 10 obviously can start on their different tire.
Yep.
Because of course, you know, yeah. We can change if we're outside the top 10, correct. Yep, so just another restart again. Not the first time we've had it the past few weeks because of this game just on its last legs, but like yes, he said it well. Yeah, if Alanis does get some points, I want to mention, guys, if he, was this on dynamic? Yes, it was on dynamic. It's custom because of the race, what it was. Axe showed me the settings. Anyways, if Alanis scores points, he now ties Riles in most consecutive points finishes. But he has the most ongoing consecutive points finishes right now with 13. Riles had 14 from Tier 2 from Season 1 to Season 2. 2 seasons. Alanis has done it all within 2 seasons as well. Full season. So, it works out. Because it should be cloudy. No, it was cloudy, partly cloudy, sunny. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Jack has left the session now. That's something we can't control.
Yeah, but
That's...
hopefully that
yeah,
doesn't screw the
that's
lobby
again.
up again.
Oh my god, yeah, if it does. Yeah, so there will be 19 drivers, then he'll just get a DNS at this point. That's the way it will be. That's not our fault, though. I think everyone's remembering their setup anyway, or just waiting together.
Probably still loading in.
Yeah, and it's the thing is as well for people wondering. It's not just the fact, because I know some people mentioned in chat. It's not the fact like I'm hosting and you know Jack is having issues or other people are having issues. It's a European host. It's Milo hosting the race. We changed that after France after the issues we saw with internet lag and everything else. We changed it to you. So the thing is, yeah, it has been improving, and I don't think I see a problem with it. I don't hear a problem with it in the first place. So even though Jack's car is not there, okay, but it will show P3. Okay. So maybe Jack could try to get back in. He could try to get. I mean, it shows his car going speed. You could try to get him back in, but let's go over once. Just
Whoa.
try to go as quick. Yeah, Razone. pole sitter. First pole for him, 20th different pole sitter in ARL. The thing about Rizzone, he won on track last week. He was on the front row. Can he convert this into a win this time? Mr. Boker, of course, down in P2 on the front row still. Mr. Boker, championship lead by 51 points. He's won 4 of the first 6 races, 5 of the last 7. Can he convert this in win today and make it 2 in a row? My other one was Polo. He sweated time trial after last week after he realized he bottled it. He's just been kind of getting some more practice in and trying to do as much as he can with laps as well. Last week he had a chance for podium. He was running in a good position. Couldn't really do much. But it was his fault for bottling it. Milo, go through your favorites again, but if you want to add more description, go ahead, because we have more time.
Yeah, I said Rapalukas, he's got work to do with his championship deficit. I honestly forgot who else I said. Graham from 3rd place, he's got a slipstream behind his teammate, he's on for a podium position today, but got some pressure behind him of DW and Polo God, so it'll be interesting to see how he defends from those guys. And Pluto won yesterday in Tier 2, fair and square to be honest, just ran away with it. Perfect in all conditions. He'll battle whatever comes his way today. He's in the mid-pack though.
Better start for him this time in Tier 1. He didn't have that start in Spain. He had a bad qualifying. So, obviously Jack's looking for
finally,
but his car won't be there. And finally, we have 5 red lights. We're about to get away with this Grand Prix. Here we go. 5 red lights. And away we are gonna go. It is green in Austria, side by side between the front 2, but the Renault is behind of Graham, side by side between the 2, the Renault and the Williams into turn 1, keeping it clean. The Haas gets passed by the Williams of Rapalukas, but now it's slipstream train DW splitting the Renaults now into P3, gaining a position off the start. Polo to P5, and leads into turn 2. Heavy braking, but the racing point goes off into the grass, taking out.
Major collision.
That was all Axe. Axe with the major collision. I believe that was GSRL's, but they're 4 wide at the very back. Danny Skadek, Gautier, Danny, and Sam, and Rundle as well at the very back. They're all clustering into turn 4. Side by side between Rapalukas and Corey Marshall. Rapalukas stays ahead now for the time being. At the end of lap 1, Atlantis is there to challenge. A great start from Atlantis. Up 2 positions, but Jarv, 19th to 9th. How about that? How about that?
Yeah, and on the medium tyres as well. Oh no, he's run wide.
Oh. Remember, after last race, resetting the track was banned. Unless you're actually stuck. Well, now that's just the way it goes. Obviously, you can't control it if the game resets you to the track. It's tracks like Brazil, turn 1, Austria, pit lane, but there's a reason for that, that it does that. Polo running 5th right behind Graham in the slipstream train. An equal ERS between him and Graham, but Rapalukas, or no, DW, sorry, with the lower ERS compared to everyone else. Mr. Boker, purple sector 1. Rundle by Gautier for P13. Pluto gets by Jarv for P9 and stays ahead for now. A little bit of lag from Jarv right there, lagging a lot. Same speed, Axe at the very back after the lap 1 collision. Axe, I'm sure, will probably get a penalty for that. That was clearly his fault. Cut in the corner. I know he tried to not hit people, but that was just flat out Axe's fault. That's just no other way to say it. But DW said in a practice session he feels confident about his pace today. He's running close to Graham. Rizzone takes the fastest lap and leads this lap, but from the positions gained, 2 for DW, 2 for Atlantis, 9 for Jarv, and 4 for Gautier down to P14. ERS enabled now.
Just an honourable mention for Atlantis. He's got a swollen ear now, so it's very limited to his hearing. Shame. Hope he does recover from this. He's doing very well in 8th though. What's happened though to...
Down the order! Ricochet and Rundle.
Ricochet.
Going wide. And Rundle has damage in his first race. This is Rundle's first start. Along with Corey Marshall as well, who has his first start today. And he could possibly steal a good finish out of this. Haas only have 6 points. Right now, running 7th, they have 6 points as well. Remember, the fastest lap point as well. Rundle goes off and out of the race.
Might trigger a safety car. Never
It
know,
could.
he's gone into the wall hard.
It's off the racetrack. And Rundle's rage and left the session. A little bit of a rage quit, but didn't cause a safety car or anything. But Pluto comes into the pits very early. Does he have damage? Does Pluto have damage? We'll have to find out. Milo, you'll have to probably find out from that one. But Polo's now gaining on Graham with... Now Graham's got a second out of DW on this fourth lap of the race already. And we see a battle already for P4. Ricochet speeding. And now Polo to the outside. Graham coming over to protect. And now darts back to the inside and side by side off of turn 3. As Rapalucas is also there to challenge the championship contender who had a bad race out last time. But Polo is there to challenge on Graham, and down the inside he goes, side by side, pinching toward turn 5, and it is Polo who is still side by side with him. Rapalucas and Corey Marshall getting in on this battle as well. Graham forcing him wide a little bit, making contact. And it is Graham ahead still. Great defending.
I can confirm Pluto did have a front wing change, and he's gone on to the hard compound tyres. He's 18 seconds off Sam Steed at this point in the race, which is not ideal at all.
Corey Marshall hitting the back of Rapalucas here. Oof. Polo, DRS on him, jar of 3 seconds tap penalty. Boker takes the fastest lap, so right now Boker would have that point, including the fact he's in the top 10. So even if you're outside the top 10, you get the fastest lap, you won't get the point. It won't go to anyone in the top 10. Who, you know, just got the fastest lap besides the person outside the top 10. Side by side again. Gautier is actually out this time. Contact from someone. Where was that? There's a yellow flag. It's not showing me what it was. It's a BSC.
For some reason that hasn't
Why is
come
it
up
done
on my
this glitch
screen.
again?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's maybe done this on our screen too as well too. I had to pause the game and unpause it for it to do that. But Boker took the lead over Rizon.
Ah,
How'd
yeah.
that happen? Not noticed that. Oh,
How do we not notice that? Are we stupid?
well, back to green. DRS enabled very quickly, it showed. Ricochet got a 3-second time penalty as well. Oh my god. Well, Boker took the lead, and this is the way it's kept so far. DW's close to these guys as well after this VSC. Polo got close to Graham again for P4. Great battle between them. Graham running wide at the final corner. Rizon gaining on Boker for position for P1. And Polo still there to challenge on Graham. Graham said he was going to run a lot of straight line speed into this race. Looks like it's paying off a lot in the straight lines because he's not getting past at all.
DW very late on the brakes, up towards the hairpin of turn 3. Now Rizon is thinking about defending from DW, but also trying to pick up a little bit of a toe. As Polo Gods on the exit is past Graham.
But Graham doesn't have DRS. But Graham is coming back at it with no DRS. And
Three
Bama,
wide!
10
Three
seconds.
wide!
And rages.
Oh.
Bama rages. And there he goes. 10-second penalty. And something's happened to Bama. He's raged into the wall, I'm guessing. Because he's going very off in the track map. Rather, Riles hits Axe, but Polo is ahead of Rapalucas. Graham fell down the order as well from all that with wing damage. Yeah, did Bama... I don't think Bama raged. I'm guessing he just missed the corner then. It looked like he raged because of how far off he was off the map, but I don't think he involved anyone else as well. Graham is pitting this time. Now, contact with Polo, how did that all go? I don't know if you saw any angles or good angles of it, but how'd you think of that as Rizon gaining on Boker? Look at this for the race lead.
Almost touched going into turn 1. Which way will Rizon
Rizon
go?
weaving!
Oh!
Oh! He tried it! And he goes to the outside where great moves in the hairpin go. And side by side again where Leclerc and Max made contact in 2019. But now Boker stays ahead of Rizon for the time being. Now into turn 4. Rizon is going to try the outside. Boker defending. And Rizon is still very close. DW's right there to challenge Rapalucas by Polo God. And they're still side by side. Contact a little bit. Rapalucas running wide. Rapalucas takes the position. Polo switchback. Oh, not enough. Rizon gaining again into turn 9 though. For this race lead, he really wants it. He really does. Rizon is probably due for a win at this point. There's probably 2 races where I think he could have had another podium or another win. One of the 2, maybe mixed in. Now, DRS enabled into turn 1. Not using that ERS in the front straightaway. Boker very low in his ERS. 45-50%.
Here he comes again.
Tire method on this race. One DNS. Look at this. Side by side for the race lead. Touching off of turn 2. DW's there to challenge. Side by side. Into turn 4. A little bit of contact. Now into turn 4. The battle between the race lead we saw last season. F1 driver. When he was racing this race. He's under a race ban now. But the thing is, he pulled out to a big lead over Ricochet and everyone else. It helped from Tax and Polo got into trouble, and it helped from Rapalucas' quali ban as well. But he pulled out to a big lead early in the race. We're not seeing that right now. We're seeing a 3-car train at the front of the field. As here comes Rosone again.
It's under half a second between the top 3. This is brilliant stuff. Smaller.
Oh, Booker!
Right. He's hit the inside curb and loses 2 positions in 1. That's the one costly mistake that you can make on this track.
Almost similar to what Nufsy Ryan did in the same car, same type of thing with the curb last season at Italy. If you remember back to that race, Nufsy Ryan didn't even go on to finish in the points after that. I think Boker's lucky to get away with that, not spin out like Nufsy Ryan did last season. Because he'd gone airborne and almost flipped. And that could have been the same thing. AMS, Tax, and GSRX. A great battle we've seen all season, battling it out. And here we go for P9.
DW has taken the lead of this race. Briefly, Rizone holds it down the inside.
After a bad start to the season, DW is there to challenge, and this is all going to catch Boker up. Riles and Axe. Riles gets by Axe, and Riles challenging Tax. Riles from Tier 2, last season's champion. Not a great start to the season, but he's challenging these Tier 1 big boys. Oh man, he's challenging him today. I'm telling you, if Riles can get a points finish, today could be the day, his first Tier 1 points finish. He's yet to have a points finish. Last season in Germany, he had a good chance, but Riles is passing Tax, who has damage. Oh my god. Riles is really fighting with the big boys today in Tier 1 because he ain't afraid to. He has nothing to lose. He has nothing to lose, and Polo got staying within DRS of Rapalucas. Rapalucas could be getting on this battle if anything changes or happens, but again, Cloudy Racetrack, the track will evolve throughout the race. Alright, I've got a beer back. You focus on this battle for the race lead, because that's what I'm focused on. You take over.
Alright then, so it's still half a second between the top 3. We saw Mr. Boker making a very cool contact for the race lead, in fact. I wasn't expecting that. DW getting his braking zone a little bit wrong. He wants this race win and he wants it badly. He's had a very, very tough start to the season. Some retaliation in France and not really being on the pace since then. Could have ended very badly. Contact for the race lead. DW just ran into the back of Rizone, but nothing too serious.
He doesn't have any damage, so that's the good part out of it. But into turn 1, DW is gaining. Not enough. Yeah, you can't cut that inside curb too much, nor the outside curb as well, because you could cost yourself a penalty. But now for this race lead again, it's going to go back and forth. But now DW challenges the inside at the hairpin, and here he comes! Down the inside, Rizone is right there on the outside. Side by side off of turn 3, Corey Marshall by Polo got as well.
DW just...
Oh
my goodness!
And he shoves him off, but here comes Boker. Boker is coming through and charging through. And Rapalucas is gaining this gap as well. 2.3 the gap was. It was 2.8. And Rizone sees ahead of Boker somehow. After all of that. How did he stay in second? I don't know. But DW took the race lead from a dive bomb, having no DRS. Rizone had DRS that time, and he was just within the slipstream, and that all paid off.
Rapalucas has taken about 1.3 seconds off the leaders after their squabble for the race lead, all 3 of them. So this is really benefiting Rapalucas, and maybe he can jump ahead of Boker sometime soon.
Yeah, I hear chat from someone. Kimmy, this is Jock, because Rapalucas, yeah, penalties aren't popping up, I noticed that. Oh, DW out of the race lead! Spun it! Off the turn 3!
Unbelievable!
Off the hairpin! And here comes Boker now! You're gonna have to keep track of penalties for me because it's not showing up for me. It's doing the same glitch again. I don't know if it's doing it for you, but it's doing it for me. But anyway, Riles and Axe close again. Axe weaving on the straight. He does not want Riles to get by, and Riles not going to challenge on the inside. Danny and Bama, two teammates close to one another, but I cannot believe that DW has wing damage and spawned from the race lead. I saw that off of turn 3. I couldn't believe it. I didn't even know what to say. Yeah, this is the time to pit if you're pitting for mediums. Just barely gets 50 miles per hour right there.
Oh, Riles and Axe! Taking some grass there. The Red Bull lawnmower of GSR Riles as they're still going side by side into the penultimate corner. Unreal.
No, he's not. He just slowed down in that corner. He might have had damage. It just looked like it. Well, DW pits, Corey Marshall along with Razone. Where does Razone come out? ABS Jarvis is actually running in a good position. Could this be his best shot at points? He's going to be behind Razone. And he could be within DRS range off of turn 3. Corey Marshall comes out. DW pits, Stampede pits, a slap as well. Yeah, penalties aren't showing up. I don't think there's any penalties in general. Boker has a warning. Rapalucas has 2 warnings. Polo God has a penalty already. Yeah, it doesn't want to show up for me, so I apologize. I can't do nothing about it. I just have to keep trying to pause and unpause the game for it to work. But Atlantis is going to try to dive down the inside of Danny after Danny had a little lockup right there. And does Boker pit? Yes, he does. The front 2 do.
Razone came out in some clean air, so he might be able to break the DRS of Boker with this undercut attempt.
Boker comes out of the pit, he's coming out of the pit. Exit, here's Razone.
Wow.
3-second penalty for Bama? Yeah, look at that. That undercut was majorly huge. The gap was originally 3/5/10. But now Jarvis there to challenge Boker.
Rapalucas has come out in traffic.
And Riles is right there as well. I think Riles probably won't give a fight because he knows Rapalucas is in the championship battle of Riles. Still there though, but he's giving a fight this time. I'm surprised he was giving somewhat of a fight there. Rapalucas just lands that right there.
Atlantis is past Alabama Outlaw.
And Atlantis' next target is Polo God. Atlantis is already pitted 2 laps earlier than Polo. Yeah, that undercut probably paid off the best it could. 2.4 that gap is. We saw Hungry how much the undercut really worked. I was surprised how it worked. But yeah, Boker, I just saw him hit the curb right there. You cannot make the same mistake he did earlier. If you make that mistake, it's going to be race ending. Bama pits. Sam Seed and Pluto together. 14th and 15th, these 2 are history, and Bama's retired from the race. Interesting. Why did he retire? He was running in a good position. And Axe and Riles and Rapalucas and Jarv. Axe locking up. Locking the rear brakes as well. And Rapalucas gets by Axe and Jarv 2-1. But Jarv has DRS on Rapalucas into turn 4 and weaving it, not enough. But he dives on the inside. He hits him. Oh, Rapalucas is not going to be happy with that one because Rapalucas is trying to gain a Boker while the gap between them originally was 2 seconds, maybe a little less. 3.1 right now. Axe goes by. Jarv is there. Oh, so tight. So tight between these guys. It's just how sideways Axe is. Corey Marshall gaining on these guys as well. His first race. Danny's first race in a full-time ride. Pluto's second race this season in Tier 1. And Riles' first race of the season in Tier 1 as well. Running in a decent position considering he's near Jarv, Axe, and everyone else from the guys who've yet to pit. He's one of them yet to pit as well as Danny Skett sitting in 10th. Yeah, Raptor said it was a dumb move that Jarv and Rapalucas pulled. Sam Seed is by Pluto. But yeah, he said it was a dumb move that was pulled between Jarv and Rapalucas, how Jarv dived back down the inside. Do we agree with this, Milo? How it was just a dumb move? I mean, it definitely could have been race ending, for sure.
Yeah, the fact that he put it into none in the ERS and then just thought, you know what, I'm going to send it down the inside on a car in a net P3 wasn't wise, and like you said, it could have ended his race. I see how Jar fights Corey Marshall though into the penultimate corner.
Before he goes
Not
through.
very hard.
In his first start, he's really showing what he's capable of doing. I think this is his first time on wheel in league racing, and just in general, I think. So that's honestly impressive that he's got up to 5th already from that. And still in his first start, he's technically a net P4, really, because of Axe yet to pit. So he could be challenging for this podium before the end of the race if a safety car comes out. We've yet to see a safety car. I don't want to jinx anything, though. We know how that goes. Wouldn't be the first time. But yeah, 2.3 seconds, that gap is between the race lead. I've been focusing a little bit on that, but no, it looks like ERS is pretty equal. The gap is only gained by 2/10. It's been like another Hungary back and forth. DW is by Graham. Polo God's close to Riles, and Axe and Corey Marshall trade positions. Axe doesn't really fight him too much. But yeah, how pissed off would I be if I was Rapper Lucas right now? Because he was sitting down 2 seconds, 1.8 behind Poker. He gained on that battle so much, now he's lost time to it. And lost even more time than he even was there, because he was up to 1.2 at one point, close to DRS. And because of the whole Jarv and him situation, the battling Riles, it just, all of that got him 3.9 seconds behind, and he's probably going to be fuming. Because I would not be happy if I was him, because he's sitting here in a championship battle with Poker. He's probably the closest to him, and probably the only one who could probably beat him at this point, if anyone does. Polo God gaining on Riles, P7 again. DRS enabled for both of the drivers. Side by side into the hairpin. Polo God fighting him pretty hard. Stays ahead of Riles now and gets ahead for that position. DW and Danny though. And DW is by Danny cleanly.
Just
and
a
Graham
word
is there,
for-
which we've seen them before get together. I want to mention that, Graham and Danny. So those two cannot get away from each other. Go ahead. Sorry.
Just a word from McLaren, they might need a new Tier 1 driver. Alabama Outlaw has gone and said, see you later bitches, and dipped.
Alrighty then. I think so is Rundle as well. I think as well, from what I've seen too. But yeah, Riles pits from P8. That's where he was. Jarv gaining on Polo God as well. Remember Bama, he won the Constructors Championship with Racing Point for Tier 2 because he owned the Racing Point team which Riles was in, along with Breezy half the season. So those guys won the Constructors Championship. So Riles was sitting in a decent position, but now Graham gaining on Danny. Danny has some damage, and Danny doesn't really fight him too much. But now into the hairpin, challenge back at him. No, it's clean between these two this time. And I think they've got to respect each other about that one. Tax is by Sam Steed. And Tax locking up as well. Danny tried to challenge Graham. Danny's going to challenge Graham on the exit right here. DW spun!
Oh, that's the second time.
And he drops down the order again. Yeah, I saw Rundle has left as well.
Yeah.
Two
DW's
full-time
off.
drivers.
Again.
Oh my god, again? He's got down to last, some of the cars running still. The gap between the race lead is kind of closed in, 1.9. Atlantis J20's left the session. Invite him back.
Yeah.
Sitting in the points. This is not going to go good with him. Well, DW does pit from P16 right there. Danny close to Graham, close for P9. Again, you know, at this point in the race, we saw a safety car last season. Do we see one in any chance? I don't know. I mean, we've gone safety car free. Riles down the inside of Ricochet. Riles challenging for a decent position. Ricochet is pitted already, but it was pretty early in the race when he pitted. Axe is 13. What? Axe is 13 seconds of penalties? Are you serious? We've not even checked penalties.
Yeah, it's hard to really tell with all the on-screen glitches we're getting, but Boca is starting to close up on Rizzo, using a little bit extra ERS.
Oh, Jarv almost hit the pit wall there. Yeah, you got a 10 seconds for lap 1, that is correct. Axe has, yeah, 13 seconds of penalties, oh my god. Yeah, we saw last season as Taxos take the fastest lap. I don't know if that's new or not. That is actually new. Something that popped up.
Atlantis join back.
Yeah, we have invited Atlantis. He just got back online. And he's sitting in
Leave me, for
P7.
fuck's sake.
Sam gaining on Tax. 12 for P9. Atlantis gets passed by Graham. Atlantis' chance for a points finish here. So we can go back to this point.
And invite again.
Sam gaining on Tax. 9th position. This is for Atlantis just got back on. And Danny did pick for the soft lap along with Jarv, the two Finnies. So, Ricochet gaining on Riles as well. He pitted very early in this race. Atlantis Wi-Fi has been really bad today. He said, yeah, that's what Burning Man said, yeah. The thing is, who knows if he can continue that point streak that he has. Tax gets by Atlantis, Sam gets by Atlantis, and out of the points he's gonna go. Yeah, invite him again, because he just, I think he asked for me for one as well.
Rip. Third time lucky.
.410 separates that gap, but between the race lead, 1.9 separates that gap as well. I want to check. Rizone has 3 warnings. Boker has a penalty. Okay. So, things do change. Tax with a 3-second. Atlantis is joined back down in a 12th place. Jarv battling Pluto. And Jarv goes through. Pluto, best race check for him, he mentioned, but he had wing damage earlier in the opening few laps, so that's why he's on the 18-lap hards. Axe pits for the first time in this race. He's going to go to softs for the rest of the race. Tier 3 drivers, I'm sure there's a lot of them watching. I know Aaron Ocon, Davis, Burning Man, just to name a few watching. I know they're watching. They're watching to see what's going to all happen in this race, what they can expect for their 25% race in a little while, about 2 hours from now. They're going to expect a lot of things from what we're seeing right now. DRS trains, stay within the DRS. Stay close within DRS. Jarv passes Axe. Axe falls down the order. And Atlantis is now outside the points. You know, we saw him outside the points in Hungary around this point of the race. He came back to finish in the points after some safety cars. Do we see some safety cars?
Honourable mention for Sam. He was one of the cars going straight on the first lap. He's back up to 8th and fighting Tax on old softs for P7.
As well as Jarv, who started down in Axe was wide. Now Jarv, who started down in P19, who's going to be around fighting for points at this point, and Riles, who started P20, is sitting in P12.
Wow.
4 positions gained for Corey Marshall and Rapalucas. Corey Marshall in his first race. Riles in his first Tier 1 race of the season. Jarv and Axe are close. Tax and Tax pits.
Yeah, he's on a 2-stop. He's been on those softs for 11 laps, so he's on to another set of softs now. So interesting strategy.
What about Graham? Oh yeah, Graham. Let's not forget about him. He fell down. He got damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
He lost 2 positions from the start, but still, like Utalfin said, I mean, look at that actually. That's what happened to him. I mean, he fell down at the start. Danny passes Tax, 4th position. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Graham had damage on lap 1, or not lap 1, early in the race with contact with Polo. Fell down to 6th, 7th, 8th, but he's charged his way back up. You know, I know he's 12 seconds behind, but he's still close there. And Boker is closer and closer and closer to DRS range. Penalty could mean anything for Rizone. He's got 3 warnings, 1 for collision. And now Tax side by side with Danny for P14. It might not mean much, but if a safety car comes out, they're on the soft tires. So they don't really have to pit, and they have cars in front of them who probably would pit, We're on the side of the points. I don't mention though, Corey Marshall though, of course, great run for him in his first race, on wheel for the first time as well. Great race by him so far. Incredible. Atlantis getting a Ricochet. A long ways back, moving under the braking slightly. Ricochet stays P12, but runs wide, and here comes Atlantis down the inside, side by side. Atlantis, P14 to P12, his run back at points, he's coming for it.
He
Now
deserves
his next
this.
chance is Riles and Pluto, yeah, he really does. I want to mention, you know, after an ear infection and all what happened to him, you know, Atlantis can only hear out of one ear in general, but he barely can hear anything today. You know, he usually uses the gears, the noise for the gears there is, to shift up. You know, the thing is, he barely can hear that today. He's used to hearing that because he only hear it out of one ear, you know. So, the thing is, if he comes and still finishes back in the points after this, that's impressive for sure. I don't know about driver of the day worthy, but I think that's impressive for sure.
Bearing in mind he was running in 8th and maybe could have be fighting for 7th, maybe 6th at this point in the race.
Ricochet pits, 22 lap mediums. Gone really far, softs the end of the race. So, considering there is 13th to 16th on the softs, and there is as well 9th and 7th on the softs, if they get a safety car, they get a good advantage out of this. But the thing is, think about this. France, we only saw a VSC. We only saw as Atlantis dives down the inside of Riles. An aggressive move, but he gets by. It's very clean, actually, considering how aggressive it was. We didn't see a full safety car until late in the race at Bahrain when Raves crashed out of the race. We only saw VSC so far. We didn't see any. We saw one safety car in Singapore, I'm pretty sure. Maybe a VSC. I don't think there's any way we could go without a safety car in this race. We've seen a VSC at least. But Axe goes by Graham. 1.5 is the gap between 1 and 2. But I don't know about you, Milo, but I just don't see there's a possible way we can see no safety car race. We saw, I know it was because of rain, we saw 3 safety cars yesterday, and Axe almost gets spun by Graham.
Oh god.
This is tight. Yeah, I don't know about you. Tell me what you think. I don't think we see a full race without a safety car, at least another BSC at least. The way this is going.
Well, there's just looking at the lower ends of the grid. Someone could easily just crash out and give up, so I wouldn't rule it out 100%, but it is very unlikely at this stage. Someone could just rage and off the track and cause a safety car in a dangerous position. It's very much dangerous and annoying, and I don't want it to happen through that way, but we might get one.
It could, you never know. Yeah, you just never know. I mean, how much a safety car would put people back into positions, it would be insane with the way this goes. And DW gets a 5-second penalty for ignoring the yellow flags from his teammate, who he's trying to give DRS.
Brilliant.
Check pens. Okay, Milo, check pens then for top 5, I guess. We'll check
All right.
for top 5. Someone just asked for pens. I think that was someone we could check. But Riles goes by Atlantis and is through into P11, and these two are battling it out again. Tier 2 champion from last season. These two, I gotta mention, have the most consecutive points finishes. Atlantis ongoing. Riles ended after Bahrain. But Atlantis back down the inside again. Goes through at turn 4, and he stays ahead now. Penalty update now. 1.4 between the race lead.
Anyway, back to penalties. Razone has 3 warnings, which I assume one of them is for contact with the early battles. I can double check that in a moment. Mr. Boca has 3 warnings but has a penalty. Rapalucas has 2 warnings. Corey Marshall has 2 penalties. So total 6 warnings. He just got his second penalty on lap 29. Polo God has 6 seconds worth of penalties and an additional warning as well. And then looking at Axe, 6 seconds. Actually, no, it can't be 6 seconds because he got a 10-second on lap 1. So probably about 16 seconds now at this point in the race. That's the top 6 anyway.
that's the way it looks with 6-7 laps to go in the race. Pluto is running in a points position. His first tier 1 points. You can see that after his race win yesterday. You can see how much he could fight with the guys up in tier 1. And if we see even a race ban or anything like that, we see just something go on. You know, Pluto could be the guy to replace. We saw Pluto the guy to replace today for Alfa Romeo. How did Axe get the 10 seconds? So he kind of missed turn 3 on the brakes, and he kind of gone over the grass and cut the corner instead of just running in the back of everyone and causing a major crash. Which, now between the race lead, DRS is enabled, and look at the gap! 8/10! Oh boy. And Razone has 3 warnings, so if he picks up a penalty, everything is even. Remember, Razone was worse on penalties last week, just keep that in mind.
Yeah. Yeah. I did ask him in the post-race interview, you gotta watch out for the track limits next week, and no, he kind of denied it and just getting on with the job. But he's doing really well today, and some redemption if you can keep Mr. Boca behind with no penalties.
DW has 3 5-second penalties from ignoring the yellow flag from. Oh my god.
Wait, yellow flags?
Oh.
When's there been yellow flags?
They don't show yellow flags for me.
You said yellow flags.
4 tenths between this race lead. Look at this. It's 2 tenths between 1 and 2. 6 to go. Yeah, it's not laggy. It's just rather your end or just the way it goes. But blue flags is right. He's gonna get, if he doesn't already have 18 seconds of penalties, he's gonna be getting 23 pretty soon. 5 tenths, 6 tenths between 1 and 2. Boker's closed that gap from 2 seconds back, and there you go. There's another 5-second penalty. Oh my god.
Just doing DW things.
Is that DW? 16. Well, Lannis is catching up to Pluto for a points position. Let's check penalties with those two. I think we should. Pluto has just warnings. Atlantis has literally nothing. But the problem is
absolutely legendary drive.
So the problem is though with Atlantis, he lagged out of the session, okay? And there's the timing glitch it has when you lag out of the session where you don't get awarded any penalties or anything like that. So he can, the way it goes, he can probably just cut any corner and get away with it. That's the way it goes. And Boker for the race lead to the outside now. Side by side, locking up, and Razone, a little bit of contact. Oh, that ain't gonna go over too well. That ain't gonna go over too well. And yeah, the thing with Atlantis, we're gonna have to probably take time off or anything like that because of the timing glitch. I mean, he has no warnings, no nothing. This happened to me in GSR at Brazil, and I was challenging Pluto for the win and put me P3. So it's gonna put him a position behind or two, but he's probably gonna be awarded points for the 14th past Pluto here, and Pluto he doesn't get a penalty.
It also happened to me in Bahrain, second race of this season, where my Xbox was basically having seizures. Kicked me out a few times, but I don't remember getting a warning anyway, so that was the lucky thing about it. But yeah, Atlantis is ahead of Pluto.
For the race lead, Boker to the outside, side by side on the hairpin. Max and Leclerc again, we just saw it in turn 4. Now almost we see it again in turn 3 with 4 laps to go. Razone stays in the race lead and stays within DRS, keeping that DRS over Boker. Check Graham and Sam's penalties, please. I can do that.
I'll do it. Oh.
2 penalties for Graham.
Sam has 1 warning.
1 warning. There you go.
Oh, DW
Tax
5-second penalty. Blue flag. Seriously, how many penalties
one.
does this guy have?
That is 25 seconds of penalties he has from blue flags.
5,
He's
10,
staying ahead of
15,
his
20,
teammate,
25, 28, 33, 36 seconds of penalties.
Oh my god!
Oh my god. Anyway, here comes Boker.
The race lead again, side by side into turn 2, turn 3. little bit of contact, and Rizone stays in the race lead with DRS. 3 laps to go.
He's gone into the
Rizone
grass.
keeps it in the grass. And here comes Boker. Rizone drives wide. Boker through. Boker making
Oh,
contact.
he gives him the nudge.
Gives him a little love tap saying, I don't like what you did there in turn 3 and turn 4 earlier. Rizone is very low ERS, so does Boker, but Boker's using a ton of it. NTW was disqualified.
Oh my god.
That's great.
Best moment
That
of the
is great.
season.
For sure. For sure. Rizone DRS again. And Rizone is on 3 warnings. No penalty though. Keep track of him getting penalties, Milo, because it doesn't show up for me. Polo got another penalty as well. Riles is close to Tax. Pluto and Atlantis close to Jarv. So Atlantis could steal another point off of this, and here comes Rizone back at it for the race win. I know how much Boker's going to try to appeal that penalty he probably got. I don't know how many warnings he has after it, but he's going to try to appeal
has another
something,
warning.
There you go. And now for the race lead, side by side into turn 4 again. For the race lead, Boker down the inside again, side by side. Rizone goes through on the final lap. Well, Tom coming to the final lap. Excuse me. And pitting his Tax. He won't get the fastest lap though, that's the thing. Jarv runs wide at turn 1, side by side between him and Atlantis. They're side by side, Atlantis is in the grass.
9th. It's incredible.
From 14th to 9th after his lag out. And now, Jarv is side by side, Pluto's right there as well for his first points. 31 laps in the hards.
Wow.
And final lap. Final lap. Rizone could have Toro Rosso win this. And they would be
He's gone wide!
And he goes
He's gone
wide!
wide!
He's gone wide! Does he have a penalty though? Does he have a penalty?
I'll check. Oh my.
He doesn't!
Oh.
So, if Rizone gets this race win, he could be the first team with Toro Rosso. Toro Rosso will be the first team to take a win in all tiers. Davis Thrasher and now Rizone. Yellow flags. Ricochet has spun it.
Ricochet!
For the race lead, Boker and Rizone back out on the final lap again. Thrasher took his first win at this very racetrack. Davis has been practicing for this race. He's practicing for Tier 3. He took his win last week at Hungary for Tier 3. Rizone is trying one final time to get it on track, and Ricochet is out. For the race victory. If anything happens, it'll be last corner, last lap. Rizone needs to stay within 3 seconds. Boker coming to the checkered flag, completes the checkered flag on track, but Rizone takes
He knows
his
it, he
first
knows it.
win. Rizone is finally your race winner. After last week, it's redemption day for Rizone. Corey Marshall in his first start goes to P4. How about that?
He had a bit of a lonely race as well. 5th in the end. Brilliant result for him and Alfa Romeo. Axe has a lot of penalties though, which I'm sure he'll look to try and appeal. But there you go. He crosses the line. Will he stay 6th? Let's see what Graham does. It's not over yet.
Atlantis, 14 consecutive races in the points as well.
Sam was off on that one. He comes back again to finish 6th. That's the 3rd week in a row. He's had to make a comeback. And Pluto and Atlantis.
He's gonna go ahead. Yeah, Atlantis still gets points though, no matter what from that. That might be changed. Danny Sked Rex in the final corner. But Rizone gets Toro Rosso, the first team to win in every single tier. Rizone includes your audio. How about that, man? Redemption Day.
Oh, this is good.
Redemption Day. And a nice battle with Boker.
It was nice, but I thought I was going to just spin at one point. I thought I was going to lose it. Just absolutely been it.
I thought so as well. Here we go for Boker. We'll have to find out. We'll have to see. We'll have to find out what goes on. Make sure you submit a ticket. Yeah.
Yeah, show though for not following it the right way. He said about it.
I'm looking at. Yeah, make sure you invite Rapper Lucas. I can't get him in here. It doesn't let me.
Lapper. Oh,
Yes, still out of the race lead.
Hang on, let me check. Let me.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you guys can now. Well, I know Boker how much you want to appeal, but Rizone keeps his first win for now. But
Okay, you know what's
I've
gonna
gotta
happen.
ask though.
Oh my
Rizone, I've
days.
gotta ask you. At least for now, if the penalties don't get appealed and don't go the other way, you keep the race win if that's the way it goes. But Redemption Day. I've gotta ask. DW joins us with a disqualification.
I wanna
I
hear
do want to
Dylan
talk to you
first.
as well, DW.
Yeah,
I,
I think we need
Dylan,
an exclusive interview with DW. Can't lie.
yeah, I think we do as well.
What a drag lord, honestly.
Alright boys, I'm getting my clip.
This is the
Yeah,
best part of the entire weekend though. Just post-race interviews in Tier 1. My days.
The jokes thing is, all the other post-race interviews are really like structured. Everyone asks questions, answers. In Tier 1, we're just meeting the whole
free-for-all.
time. We're just taking a piss.
Oh my god. Well,
First clip sending.
DW, I gotta ask you then. Disqualify 38 seconds of penalties. How about that? It feels like a race win, doesn't it?
I'm getting
Sure.
my pro. Oh yeah. I was fighting for the win and then I spin twice. Fucking gay.
I've gotta ask though.
Classic line, boys,
Spinning on the
the
race lead,
classic.
you were in contention for that race win, and then you've gone down to 16th. You know,
Surprise,
you were in contention at one point. You were in contention at one point, and you were probably gonna battle them. But what did you think of your race? Ain't even being disqualified.
I was outside of second when I spun. I was fucking pulling away. And
I was
spun.
fucking pulling away.
And then I spun another time.
Dylan
and
hasn't
came-
actually done an interview since like Germany last season.
Yeah,
That's true.
But
That's true.
It's you guys, it's you. Nah, yeah. And then I came behind Rapper Lucas and I just thought, yeah, let's pull him out. And then I got like 10 5-second time penalties for blue flags and got disqualified.
I'd like to say the reason my
Basically
pace was so
leading to
poor
as
today,
well,
you know,
that's nice.
there was a lap car by the name of
Yeah.
DW1612. He was, you know, I was singing the blue flag song, you know, he was, you know, blocking me the whole way. I think he should get a race ban, disqualification, like he already did, disqualification for the next race. You know, he really held me
Yeah,
up. I had
race
no
ban,
chance.
quali ban, 10 seconds. Really
Yeah,
appreciate
10
it.
second test.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you had pace this time. You showed you ran up at the front at this track. How do you look into Britain, where you had a chance at the race win last year?
Last year.
2 megabytes.
No,
no. You ain't got space for that, Boker.
I'm running off
it's
traction
fine.
this season, so I'm different pace than last season. Different, for especially the consistency is just not there.
Remember that one, boys.
Why are you
Spinning,
spinning?
spinning.
Why are you spinning? Why?
Because I'm over pushing the car. It's not that hard.
Stop being salty because you're slow.
I am very salty.
Not full traction.
I'm very salty.
Shots
Yes,
fired.
very salty.
Well, you gave us a good laugh.
Yeah, I
You
think
did,
so.
yeah, you did. You did, and you deserve an interview for that, I gotta say. You deserve
Yeah,
an interview
yeah.
for that. You do.
Thanks
Hey,
for the
well, it's
interview,
your
boys.
first-
Thanks for the interview.
It's your first disqualification since France, though. So I think you're the second driver to have a DNR or disqualification. How do you feel about that record tying the most for DNRs and disqualifications?
I'll get a disqualification next race, so I get the most.
Race have a record.
At least I have a record. And...
Well, boys, Andrew says remove that penalty.
Well, then Milo, then any questions for DW? That was so much fun.
No, I don't have any questions because I'm trying to control my tears.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations on a disqualification. Rizzone's race winner
Thanks for the interview, boys.
for now.
Not for long.
I'm going by.
Rizzone,
Yeah,
race winner though. First win, so far at least, from what it looks like. We don't know what Sorting could deal with. We'll find out later. But, anyways, a great drive, a great battle with Boker. How did you look at that race from your perspective?
Yeah, I hate to be a twat here, but he got the third warning on the pit lane entry, so there's no way that stays. Just saying. Like, not,
Yeah,
not
another
to,
warning anyway.
Sorry, but like, yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead, Rizzone.
I was chill, and then Boca started catching so fast in like a few laps, and I started shitting myself.
Were you just vibing, I guess?
Yeah, and then I thought about spinning. I heard voices in my head saying, "Rizzone's spun." I was so shit. I was shitting myself.
Which was fun. Yes, Vishim. I meant to say that.
Rishim.
So, if this is your first race win, you're the fourth different winner this season. Torosso would become the first team to win in all tiers. How would you think about that?
Toro Rosso had to go.
You what? No, I don't know.
Has Renault won in all tiers?
Not all
Well,
tiers.
they've got a drive in tier 1 who's like 55 million points clear, so you know. I think that's Jersey Graham, yeah, it's Jersey Graham, he's absolutely carrying me. He's such a good driver. I feel sorry for him. He
It's
actually
really
could
good
have
for you
had
to
it
be
banging
humble
the
like
wall.
this, you know, accept that your teammate's better than you, you know. It's really good of you both.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really good.
I wish I could say the same.
I mean, Atlantis are 4 points at 1 point, so you could say.
14
At 1 point.
consecutive points finishes though. By him.
Did he get points?
How about that? Yes,
Yeah,
he
he
did. He got
somehow
P10,
got points.
which could be P9.
How?
How he lagged out, drove from P14 to P9, but it could be P10, P9. Don't matter. It's just still drove to points. And guys, how about Pluto? 31 laps on those hards. That's impressive. But still,
I mean,
regardless.
Archie was there here, but that's a decent job for any, like, that's, I want to ask him how much rare he had.
Either way, Rizzone, I know the championship doesn't look close within distance, but I've got to ask you then, how close does second look then? Because I know championship doesn't look possible, considering Boker's probably pulled away to like a 60-point lead now, but yeah.
Second or third I went for. I can't get any further than that.
Regardless, congratulations on the race win for now, at least. Milo, do you have any questions for Rizzone?
Britain's up next. I know you're very quick there. Is this going to be the second attempt at redemption after poor James wants his penalties removed?
Oh, of course it will.
Oh.
Hey, shut up. They're getting removed.
Milo, why'd you finish this fight? Don't cost James, you finish like yourself.
English? What?
It's just sort of eat the mic, make yourself look intimidating. More of that than actual words.
Brilliant. Congratulations on the race win, and Boker, now to you, who finished second. Could be P1, like you mentioned about your penalties. But
I hope you don't
Hey.
get violated.
I gotta ask
on
though.
the-
Come down for a minute, Jeff.
Come down to comment. Yeah. We'll sort you out there. Oh my God, Rizal and Mr. Boker side by side on the
Eating
final
a
lap.
mic.
It's amazing, bro.
I've got to ask though then. So, a great battle with Rizzone, extending the championship lead. How do you look at this race weekend compared to others?
Pretty shit because I've lost a win off a penalty, which will get removed. So yeah, well, it's just a
So then how is it
boring
shit?
race except for the end.
This guy is so confused. Man's like, I lost the race, but don't worry, I'm gonna get the penalty removed, but I'm still disappointed.
Well, yeah. Well, I went on track anyway, so you know it's good.
Yeah, at least that's the positive you can take about it, but, not that time trial matters, you ran faster than anyone in time trial, but you didn't win the race. Why'd you not win the race?
Because he's
Because
slow.
I got.
So I got an unfair penalty.
No.
It's not fair.
Wait, how about you look at them clips that I've sent in the tickets? How about?
I will,
Yeah, I
will.
think you should shut up and let me finish, to be honest, boys.
I will, though, after the
No,
race.
Stewards just
After the-
ignore it. Like a week
I
later,
mean,
looks
Andrew's
like,
already said
wait.
yeah, remove it, so you know.
Well, Andrew's a stupid Yorkie, so
Oh,
Yes, but
violated
your
point.
team, you know.
Actually, wait, is he on Xbox? I think we have to invite him. We can't be chatting shit behind
what a
his back.
stupid interview.
Silly sausage.
Ah, yeah.
Silly sausage. Is he online?
Wait till after, but either way,
Oh, he is.
Britain's up
Star Wars
next
Battlefront.
and extending your championship lead. How do you feel about that, though? Extending your championship lead even more. You could win it with probably 3 races left, and with the way it looks right now, with how much you're extending each race, and not only that, in general.
Oh, here we go.
Who
Why
actually
did you
plays
invite me?
sausage? Sausage!
Sausage!
What? Why am I here?
Milo said you're a. Wait, what did he say again? I forgot. Why is he?
Saying
Can we get
Yeah.
stupid Yorkie?
Yeah, that was.
Say that.
They called you a
Knew
stupid Yorkie. We'll be asked. The drivers can ask the questions, one each. Andrew, how does this make you feel? Your long-time partner Milo has said this.
This
about you.
isn't
How does that
relevant.
make you feel? Oh, don't worry.
He says it to me every single day anyway.
I think we should cut the stream.
Yeah, cut.
But,
Oh, I say that.
no, Boker, then how do you feel into Britain and extending your championship lead, though? Seriously. I don't mind if you say sausage, as long as you just keep quiet.
Well, Britain, I don't know. My pace in Britain's alright, but yeah, I'm not sure at all. But maybe just a podium or something. I mean, I'll
says
try
that
and
every
get
time he
Bryce to
ends up
set
winning.
up because I know he has a fucking mad one. So yeah.
Congratulations on second, and Milo, do you have any questions for Walker?
I'm sorry.
No. One way to put it.
Okay, so congratulations on second then, Boker. Rapalucas, now time to you. P3, you look like you were gaining on the leaders with Rizone, DW, and Boker. Lost time after the pit stop. Then after that, you battled Jarv, he almost turned you. Riles battled you fairly. How do you look at your race, though?
I'd just like to say one thing, right? So, okay, you're out of sync of the race, right? Someone's just come out the pit lane. They're a pit stop in front of you, okay? They're clearly not going to stay in front of you for more than half a lap, right? So I think, what would you do? I think the very reasonable option is, instead of just backing out, just send it, mate. Just send it from about 100 meters back. Maybe you'll spin them out.
What?
I mean,
You did in Spa to me?
Mate, that was your fault. Like, let's.
Rapper, you did that from like 10,000 years back.
Well, no, but at least there we were actually fighting for position, or for the podium, mate. ABS Jar was fighting for nothing, as usual.
Oh, funny.
Nah, man, I'm not having it. Some random, these Finnish guys, very dirty drivers.
Stupid Finnies.
Yeah, the two biggest mongs in the league are both Finnish.
You've now achieved the most podiums in ARL, though, Rapalucas, with this result. How do you feel about that?
I mean, records are great, I guess, but, I was actually thinking...
Good one. Good one. Oh my god, you
Oh my
I was
I got a
thinking
message from
about
Adam
it.
Fab, and I thought he left the party. I thought you left the party for a minute.
No,
I
I'm
got
not
the
that way.
notification.
No, I was thinking about it a little bit, because I remember you said last week and I was tied with, what was it, Riles? Obviously it's a nice record to have, but, at the end of the day, the championship is the most important thing, and this season looks like it's going to go to, Boca, so,
Yeah, because Rapper Lucas sucks.
Mate, how many points are you behind me in DAR again? Just remind me. I just need a quick reminder.
Mate, who's ahead of you in the championship? Oh yeah, is that Boca?
Yeah, but I only got 5 points and you're a sweat. So
Who won Belgium?
No, I'm not a fucking sweat.
yeah, you won Belgium because Joe gave you a fat toe in quali.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
I still won in the rest.
Stupid elephants.
Either way, though,
Slipstream.
Milo. Either way, though,
Excellent,
Milo,
based on
a
Twitter.
decent
What's the
race,
lap
though.
from
I
Goat?
feel like that was better than some of the previous races we saw earlier this season with no safety cars. But how do you feel about that race then, Milo, today compared to the other races this season?
Yeah, very entertaining for sure. Some very good on-track battles and collisions as well. A few surprising results with Pluto working his way back through on those 33 lap old hards and Atlantis. Disconnected, came back, still in the points. He keeps his run going, so good one, Toro Rosso.
I love how no one in the party wanted him to win. I mean, get
So
points.
that's
I remember
just
after the race, everyone was like, oh.
Also, a big shout out to Corey Marshall, who finishes 4th in his first race as well.
Yeah, GG to him. He had
But
decent
not a
pace.
shout out to LSJ Rundle, who binned it and left. Well done.
No, he took that
Shit
Ricochet
driver.
and then was like, you know what? I think I should just leave at this point.
Shit, that sounds like wanking. Fuck.
Nah, boys, allow me. Let's not hurt anyone's feelings here.
But regardless, though, Milo, I gotta say, the battles throughout the midfield were good. The battles at the front of the race, at the start of the race, were good. We saw back and forth. But Boker caught up late race, and we got to see a battle on track for the win. And what could be for the win anyway, based off of stewarding.
Yes.
Reese did a madness on the undercut. Like, what did you
Yeah,
do?
yeah. I was
I
wondering.
don't know how I got that much.
I think, what was it, 2 or 3 seconds you gained on the undercut? Something crazy.
2.5, I think.
Yeah, correct.
Well,
It didn't have-
Tier 3 starts in 2 hours, so we'll have to find out what goes on there. Go ahead, guys. You guys
Yeah.
can finish really well.
Started Lucas off for some practice, I assume. Well, we need that first win, you know. Boys, I want all of you lot, yeah, everyone to be in the stream tonight, yeah. We need 30 viewers, yeah. Get my dad, you know, he needs to win his first race, you know. He needs a bit of motivation.
And maybe commentating,
Also-
which is nice.
Well, I want to mention
Come
actually
say?
because Axe is, but Milo's the backup if he's needed. So the thing is with
We have backups now?
well, Milo's the backup in case Axe just goes offline randomly because that's what he could do sometimes.
Ooh,
But the
hot
thing
work.
is, no, I'm serious. He does that sometimes, out of nowhere. But the thing is with Dada Lucas, Rapper Lucas, you made your 5th start back in Canada, your 5th race in the league. Dada Lucas comes into his 5th race tonight.
Oh,
Do I
this
see a
means
coincidence? You won your
soulmate.
5th start.
Oh,
So what?
it doesn't mean anything. Like, I hate to upset you, but like,
No, I know, but it would still be iconic if, you know, he still does win in his 5th race like you did.
Rapper Lucas is... No, I won in my 6th race, I think.
No, you didn't do Belgium, remember?
Oh, yeah, my
Canada was
my
race 6.
5th race, yeah.
Yes, yep. That's how it all went. So, Tier 3 is in approximately 2 hours. We'll have to find out what goes on there. We'll have to find out for any sorting decisions in a little while time. Hope you all enjoyed the race today. Hope you all enjoyed watching. We should see you guys later on for Tier 3, and I hope you guys have a good day, whoever watched. And thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys later for Tier 3.